if you ask him a question, he will tell you exactly what happened, how he felt about it, and spare you the frosting, if that makes sense. So yes, an honest man, and I think that's sort of why he was appealing to Blade to fit into the system. I think there's something in the way of culture that's shared between him and the team. Same with JL, same with Imma, but some struggles in the way of mood for Navi. So we have a Cologne Finals rematch
here in an elimination game. Kerrigan and Twist having posted up in underpass, but they start to run. So the tail end of this execute, and Alexi is going to have heard that, hold back. And the rest of the team just getting that bomb in. At the very least, it's a plant. Alexi B seemingly going to get checked as they jump by. Oh, that's so sick.
Wow.
He doesn't shoot at the back turned so he can get the second. Oh, that's nasty. That's Alexi B. And Kerrigan, well, he'll start to get ever closer. Spotted out by Bit. Kerrigan gets popped. Alexi has no time for your games.
He just won that round. He won the round. That flank was coming in. Double flank with the first kill as well. Should be a wrap. And one individual effort just changes that completely.
What a stylish 3K.
That was sweet, man.
That is such a unique element of trigger discipline. Can't remember a play like that.
Yeah, that one's risky, right? They're jumping out backwards to get you to shoot, and then they think, okay, if they don't shoot, then there's probably no one here, because who wouldn't shoot at this free target not looking at me? Alexi B, that's who.
Man, nerves of steel.
I think this game, we look at the cameras right now, like, this game is going to be about mood. Like, if Navi win this game, it will be because they stayed in a good mood. Right now, we've already seen when they're in a good mood, they can actually do insane things. But so much rests on that. And as we heard from Alexi B, he's really concerned about that as the main issue. For Faze, it's about attacking that as much as possible. Winning rounds like these, for example, to tilt them.
Get him off kilter.
Also, Faze don't seem to tilt as much as they get emo.
Right, yeah, it's an interior thing. Inner demons. Rain. Outside of the smoke. He's going to get himself nothing on this one, so clean push through. Bit kicks it off. Palace player is slightly delayed. But I think that, you know, Moses and Yanko, they saw it right away. I mean, Twist in his interview, that was quite broody to start the day. And there is this big question about what is going on. You know, we have no more Robin. We get Neo in. It's just, there's this rotating door going on with Faze right now that makes things kind of awkward. Is the organization, what is going on with Faze? That's the
coaches in
mystery.
history, you know, with coaches in history for Kerrigan, we've always known haven't contributed nearly as much tactically as he does for the team. And I think, you know, seeing like the farewell Robin video was sort of just showing off his personality and how much fun he made things all the time. And it feels like that's kind of just what they need, because Kerrigan's got the tactical side locked down. Like, no one can really teach him or even outwork him when it comes to preparing or whatever the case may be. And FaZe is a team with so much experience. I mean, you got to think they don't have to do that much preparation these days for most of their matchups, especially versus their usual competition. This one might be an exception, but all right.
Range 250 with nothing again. It's an A-site hit, and again, it's smooth for Navi. This is exactly what they need to start.
And again, to be like a body language reader expert, Imma seems to be the one suffering the most when things get tilty. Like, he's had strugglesome games. We've also seen him play well, but you know, it's feeling like almost all the time Simple sort of staring down the line at him, pointing criticism in that direction. And JL, though, has had an absolutely fine time plugging into Navi, which, if you look at the stats and compare, you know, Imma to JL, that's the more unlikely story. The fact is, JL didn't even have an excellent major. He was mostly a big personality, and that's why people noticed him, and his entries and stuff like that. But his mood and confidence is why we talked about him, whereas Imma was just delivering map after map versus every team on their comeback, all the way through Heroic into that final. Nearly MVP'd the thing. So Imma's stats sort of falling off is not what a lot of people expect. I mean, I can't say that I'm totally surprised at a brand new change of scenery and like a step up into tier 1 and now people are used to you. Like, all of that isn't going to affect your next results, right? Like, again, how many like debut unbelievable runs do we see just fall off all of a sudden right after? That can happen, but they know what they can cultivate. They know what his peak is. So
yep, that is what they're doing right now. Cultivating talent, trying to get him slotted in. If today's the day that he gives us one of those lights out performances versus Faze, returning Cologne champions, oh, it would be incredibly well timed. Meanwhile, JL, keep the mood high, keep the kills coming. 4 for him already. We get guns out of Faze. Smoke up inside of the window again. Nothing going to be found out by Rops just yet.
Giving the CTs no window timing is a sign of good play. Usually this comes when your connector player puts a little pressure, then window will find a way to get a peek out, and they're looking for that this round, but it doesn't happen. So Navi staying airtight. But Rops is still looking for a gap. Oh, and the flash comes out, and Rops, he does well to get one after staying there with no smoke to escape, but only one.
Kerrigan going to exchange grenades, falls back, catches Bit on the jump up, gives him a favor in that duel. Posts up a hold inside of B, where now we've got the vast majority of Faze. Then the window contact comes out from Iem, and, well, where do they go? Alexi B still sizing up connector. It's going to be one player over towards Ticket as Simple quickly runs over. You can see Faze starting to scramble. They know what's up. Rain is on high alert, but he's also on low health.
Oh, is Rain waiting for a flash is the question.
Navi have stalled a bit. Alexi crosses over, gets hit from that cap peak, twists through smoke, will catch him. And then Rain being hunted by Simple, drawn into the open. Iem able to kill him. And now Brokey falls to the counter op. We've got 10 seconds to the clock. Kerrigan comes through with his, and Simple fakes once, just to make sure that Ticket is not pushed. Now it's a commitment, and it's Simple on for an early 1v2 to try and get Faze off kilter. Tag to 30, clean up by Twists. Face squeezed that as they tried to rock it back to A. They don't get away with it.
Yeah, they fell apart of the mid round right there. I was thinking, Simple would have collapsed. We've already seen that in this event. And I definitely don't think this is just going to be a free game for Faze, even if I think they're favored.
Rain can't get back to Con, misses the jump. Flashed, won't get away with the retreat. Brokey stuck out here. Iem, 2 kills. Rops responds. That's the bomb stuck on ramp. Rops gets himself a double and almost a third. It's Kerrigan over towards Cat. Makes the difference with this one. And that is the kind of Kerrigan we may need to tap into, because when the frags are coming, so are the calls.
Wow.
Kerrigan dismantled Liquid about a week ago for one of his best individual performances in what felt like 6 months. So if he can just have a slight uptick in this critical head-to-head, then Faze could get cooking. When you play well, you call well. And Rops brought this back. Need I remind you, 3v5, folks. You thought the last round was tilting. Let's see if Simple can win.
My gut instinct is, why did Navi run through every smoke after getting those first 2 frags? But the fact that Faze had both Palace and A-Ramp covered at the same time, even with mid-control, sort of feels like a call-out. So I think that's it. They're going to be full tilt now.
Unless Simple can go God mode. It's being held by a nasty little Twists angle, and he gets the headshot. So Twists is shooting sharp, which isn't something that we got here in Cologne per se, compared to how he started this season. Blast Group's phenomenal. Comes here, cooled off. I mean, Faze as a whole, right? That was the entire conversation of yesterday versus G2. Pound for pound, nobody quite in their groove. So a sitter versus Simple will help. Double kill out of Kerrigan. It's just confidence building out of Faze early on.
4 lurks denied after those 2 kills in mid. And the tilting part about it is going into the save, and it's also knowing that if you slowed the round down, you had like 90+% chance of winning. They tried to dominate it fast, but it didn't work, so that was a chance for Faze to tie up.
Bit sticking around on his own as they just size up top middle. Do you expect Faze to start getting overly aggressive with what we've seen this event, or just kind of where they are and how important this event could be to them, or do you think we're going to get a reserve Faze?
Yeah, I think they should be like LAN Clan. Like, I think they should go, like, I think they should sort of, like Hooksy yesterday saying we need to use the LAN energy to cultivate some better comms and stuff like that. I think that works for every team. If you have high energy, you talk a lot, the mood's better, you're going to deal with stress better. You're going to, all these things, everything's better with mood, obviously. And I will say, like, in terms of body language, we're mostly critical about a lot of teams. But if you think about Faze, like, when they look their worst, they look slightly emo. But most of the time, like, you don't see them smashing their gas and
no rage.
Arms. Like, they actually have very good sort of, like, presence, composure, professionalism when they're playing. And I think there's something to be said about that. But to take it up to the next level, I think in this game, they should just be aiming to have as much fun as possible.
Well, the fun will come with easy pickups like this one. Kerrigan off to the races here. He's going to get support from Brokey, close it with just 2 deaths. Twists and Rain fall.
I'm jumping shortlist to VP.
We're all tied up at 3 rounds apiece.
See that call out of spawn out of Robs, that's nice. Like, you know, the fact that everyone can simply chime in at the beginning. It's not like, hey, do you have an idea? It's like, this is the idea, I'm just going to do this. Yep. They kick the round off.
I mean, you've got superstars on this team.
Yeah.
Surely you have to trust their instincts.
Yep. Yeah, it's just about how much leash you have, you know. As soon as you give too much, then the inmates start taking over the asylum.
Right. Robs. Ooh, got away with that. Emet cleared, and there's another. Assisted with the flashbangs, trying to get Alexi out of here, or trying to get Alexi in with impact, but Utility's going to flush him behind the boxes.
They can't punish him. The CT's dominating nades here in mid. Oh, they come from underpass, but there's a trade.
At least there's a trade, and Twists finishes Alexi. So getting Robs out top middle. Again, we saw him trying to call as soon as the round was about to start. Decides to get aggressive. I remember an interview with Kerrigan last season where we just saw Twist start opping out of nowhere, CT side on Mirage, and just went crazy in the game. Remember Kerrigan afterwards saying, yeah, I didn't have to come up with anything. We sat down before the match. Twist said, listen, I've been watching stuff and this is what I'm going to do. And so if he is really adamant, if any of these stars I think are very adamant, Kerrigan is at least somebody who strikes me as someone who is very susceptible to input. Or very receptive.
Well, no, he's been susceptible to it as well in his career, and that's why he's actually, you know, lost teams, actually. So he's got to a point now where his team actually has full confidence in him, and he has full confidence in his team. I think it's a very special place in his career in that regard. But, you know, there was a point on the former Astralis, former Faze, where he lost control of the team. And probably, in the same way, letting them have ideas to dictate the rounds or not listening to him. But now, they do when he needs them to. And the rest of the time, they can chime in. It's a very healthy relationship. This bomb plant could be denied. That's a nice push from Kerrigan.
But does also die to the fire, so things get a little weird with the fake plant. Oh, simple. You put him in a clutch, and he just picks Brokey. Kerrigan stopped the bomb, but there was still time and there's still health. There is always still health for Simple to close this. Rain dies to the quick scope. Put him in the clutch, and he'll pull you down.
Damn. All right. Well, I thought that was a great play from Kerrigan. I thought he was actually going to survive, even with the peak, but leave it to Simple, man.
Good shot from JL, too.
Brokey's small mistake ends up costing them this round. Puts Rain into an awful spot, trying to outreach Simple in a 1v1 with an op. And even though he's low HP, he's too fast.
Well, there's a 2 versus 4 for Navi.
And Simple's had a pretty mediocre Cologne. He was really insane, like, peak performance at Blast Groups. So that was just sort of a question, like, where did that go? Because, like, when we think about Simple when he was younger, like, he had the worst attitude of all. But he's still in, like, 2018 and carried all these teams back in Liquid. He could top frag no matter how mad he was, no matter how bad the team was or any problems that they had. But individually, of course, not as strong this year. Blast Groups is like, oh, he's back. Starter Cologne, not so much.
It's funny how I see one Simple flick shot highlight and I think, yep, it's good. We're there.
We're so back.
We're there. It's all 2018 has returned.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's not quite there. But beautiful clutch, good 2 versus 4. Kind of takes back Faze's 3v5. Puts both teams in a weird bye. Limited nades, limited guns, and an early amount of momentum on the line. Flushed out of the ladder room as Robs. Bottom mid belongs to Navi, and so do the apartments where the bomb currently sits. Robs is going to take his position right back.
Ran a bit there at underpass. But they've got Robs on edge.
A difficult task lies ahead for Kerrigan if this commitment comes through apartments. MP9 against 4.
Yeah.
Palace Lurk still far off, and Phaser sniffing out the A ramp.
Simple ran their pockets last round, but they still have this off from Brokey. If they avoid it and win another, we're talking about dead broke Faze here.
Man, Robs has missed his timing. Whole pack of players moves past, and he has no sign of it. They've just given so much space over to Navi. Smoke into connector. Twists can't do much with the Desert Eagle. That Palace player could also keep Rain from getting into the mix. And Robs changes out of the corner into one that had been cleared. Iem comes around. We'll get the frag on the garbage. JL fragging versus Rain. Bombs down, covers great. This round is flawless.
They got their hooks in, 5 alive. They scale perfectly, and lots of that is brought to you by the fact that they scared Robs earlier on in the round, right? He can't feel like he pushes out of Cat, and Faze didn't make a reaction to start clearing things out so he could again. So he just stood there holding both angles, worried about everything, and even though he was in ladder, that was the only thing he was protecting. Not Cat, not mid, nothing like that. That's an excellent round at Navi. And yeah, after Simple's 1v2, and Anti-Eco with an op, they're down to USPs. Whoa, a 4 Cat stack.
Five-man setup outside of A for Navi to follow through with massive advantage. Brokey gonna hang on for dear life. Smoke grenade in front of the connector push as well, so those pistols, they couldn't even come through and die if they wanted to. You know, they're gonna look for some sort of a duel, any kind of an angle to work with, no matter which one they post up. We're talking Navi T rounds up to 6 already. Morale looks high. JL is laughing.
And JL's had a great Cologne.
And Imez up to 6 kills too. So the war machine for Navi has rolled into the parking lot with its engine revving. We'll have to take a look over to Faze to see if they want to fight for this. We are talking about the returning Cologne champions. But outside of that Cologne and Pro League, you know, those are the reasons we talk about Faze in 2023, the tail end of last year. Oof.
Oh, that was a $5,000 bullet right there. That was nice.
So sick. We know what Kerrigan and his team can pull off, but we're always skeptical about if they can pull it off and when they'll pull it off.
Yeah, the best part about Faze is how many great matches they give us all the time. Heroic versus Faze, Navi versus Faze, G2 versus Faze. Everyone versus Faze is a fantastic game of CS to watch, and the scene is better when they're playing well. But in terms of tournament victories, they've got the last Cologne and the last Pro League in the last 12 months. And this is a Navi that they should be able to win against.
Oh man, Robs has already lost Twist. Kerrigan hears the pressure coming down as they jump outwards. Nice headshot on JL, and almost a second frag out of Kerrigan.
But it's the B side, unfortunately.
Rob's making a ton of sound. Iem gonna catch him bottom con, jumps into the window, or at least tries to, and compromises the back line of Faze as they take a quick glance to the B site. Bomb's gonna take a little while extra to get here, but not an issue as the smoke comes down with the arrival of Simple. He'll chuck bomb down to Bit to get the job done. And Faze will be lucky if they can even save these two weapons, because Navi are just slicing through this CT side. And it kicked off with Twist getting caught jumping out a window.
Yes, it did. And they're getting decimated now because they can save these two guns, but they're still going to be so broke next round. There's lots of time to hunt them down. Rain gets tagged. HEs could make this even scarier. Brokey looking to defend his teammate, and that's 5 dead for Faze on a full buy down to $0. Oof. Another eco round.
This has shades of G2 versus Faze from yesterday already on it.
Yeah, but you know, G2 are a team that didn't make any changes over the break. They were expected to get to the point of where they were before the break fast. Same with Faze. We're past the groups now. We're a few weeks in. We know how much Cologne means to Kerrigan, how much Cologne means to Faze in general. But yep, there's no denying it. Navi playing well right now. Faze will have to bring their A game. What was that?
Honestly, man,
It's a puppy.
our scene is better off with JL in it.
All right, 2 scouts in for Faze.
Simple, gonna waste no time. Oh man, see you later. Desert Eagle up in connector to the next victim, Navi. They know that they've got Faze against the ropes here in round 11. And they don't let off. They just keep beating them upside the head. But there's a Kerrigan scout. And that can always be fun, right? We're here to have fun, or so he was hoping. But just another casualty racked up. It's 5 up for Navi. And I'm not just talking players alive, but round count as well. 8-3 T-side in the blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
Simple's having a blast.
Yeah. No comment so far. That's looking good. Whoa!
Oh, you thought this was a whooping.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, if you watch this,
Man.
yeah. Straw's T-side Ancient is something special. And that's Mouse, dude. They love Ancient.
Yeah. Well, or so they did. Simple. Could have been.
Didn't want to make it too easy.
All right, last time we saw guns on Faze, it didn't change much. They've got to start putting up a fight here.
Yeah, and with the buy-up and the investment last round, they have no utility, man. They you know, they put some money into that last buy. And now they're down to these 3 smokes, 1 flash. Brokey's in a difficult position. Let's see if he can frag his way out. No, Imma will trade him. They're looking at top mid at the moment, not rushing the situation.
Down to the 2 smokes, one of which is Rain sitting towards the jungle. That mid contact's got Faze distracted for a moment.
Yeah, that op, very unlikely to be picked up from the CT side, right? They have to reclaim mid control, and they don't have the nades to do it. So, and depends on how Navi feel about it, but they've got some time to spare.
I mean, they could throw Rain Smoke down if they want to try to push it, at least go clear underpass, but no, he's just going to put it down in connector. And they still keep 2 rifles preoccupied with mid when all of a sudden this ramp hit's going to take the bomb site with the smokes, but there are still 2 players middle.
Imma's lurks have been a question. Underpass, switching with Bit in some places.
He's got Alexi here too.
There's someone on CAD as well.
Twist waiting for it. Rops gets blasted out of connector. That's the distraction, but Twists. Nice snapshot to clean up both those frags. JL looking to get the entries into A. Simple gives him bomb. CT peek denied.
No.
Simple knows, but Twists. He's sharp. A 3rd kill on the round as he pushes down JL off of the default plant. He will still hold on. Twists going above and beyond, but not going through with the round win.
Oh man, that was a mood winner right there, right? You know, if Twist wins that round after the 2K spray off Cat, he saves the day, but the fact that he doesn't.
The fact Simple hits that shot up close on ticket.
Yeah, you know, maybe he should have been an instant death here from Kerrigan, but he gave Simple a second and he punished it. Half investment. And JL turns this into, you know, domination in this half. With that clutch, a simple 1v2 for an eco as well. All the X factor.
Rops will keep the first clean. It's one of 2 weapons, and he goes ahead and posts another. This has shades of that 3v5 round where Rops was able to get a multi-kill off the ramp. But
you tell me an MP7 can just do that?
An MP7?
On command. I haven't seen it, have you?
Well, it's because not enough players use it.
Okay.
Rops goes ahead, collects himself a 3rd. Rops has decided to single-handedly win a round here.
Oof. Wow, this is nice.
Very nice indeed. It's exactly what they need to at least get 4, but I mean, we are still talking 6-round CT side best case.
Yes.
So,
but yeah. I think they'll take it at this point. Finally, something goes their way.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
You got to win rounds you're not supposed to win. That's part of CS at this level too. Like the clutches are going to dictate games in matchups this close. The 3v5s, the 4v5s, you've got to pull those out. The eco rounds as well. Not every time, but at least some of the time.
I think rounds like these also shed a bit of that tilt.
Yes.
A little bit of the disappointment.
Get the money back in order.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to see 10 just yet.
Yeah, it feels good doing something you know you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like stealing.
Breaking the law.
Yeah. Yeah, fraud.
What else? Drugs.
Light treason.
Team Liquid.
Alexi's going to let the time expire with this one.
Talking.
Still in there.
We just want the best CS possible, folks.
Yes, exactly.
For both these teams.
I mean, run back the last time they met. Phenomenal matchup. World-class Counter-Strike and excitement on display. For them to fall flat here in the rematch when it's a Navi that we're just expecting to show maybe some progress as they grow, I think that would be an unfortunate low for FaZe Clan. Alexi B is going to apply flashbang pressure. He's on a solo escapade with a smoke in front and still more grenades to throw out. In reality, they're going to the top mid split with Iem bottom.
This
and
is the
there, Brokey's waiting for it.
It's nice, yeah. So this is a Magisk, you know, upper beat pressure to just be like, all right, if you're not clearing this by peeking Van, like we have some time here where you're gonna be scared about B, and you can't look down B. But they find the op, but they do it with sacrificing a player. So this is very nice for FaZe anyways. Bomb's coming back around, which is interesting. This could be simple staring right at Brokey. If he's going to go Palace.
That's what it feels like getting queued up.
Let's see how they create a timing if they can, because they know he's over here.
Bit's got 2 flashes ramp. Brokey just sitting on it. If Simple peeks. Oh,
the beat pressure there so he can post.
Got him off. Rain still holds his. Peek out from ramp, clears it. Brokey lands the shot to Simple, doesn't kill him. Famas on twists is a liability as Bit gets into jungle. He's going to get a fight versus Robs that he hears coming. Just a couple steps, and Bit's on high alert. Twist concerned with another mid float, but there is nobody there. It's all in A, and Bit's taking up a lot of space, taking a lot of flesh off of this FaZe retake. Down to the 2v2. And with the thought of a 5th round on the line, FaZe stick around, they're going to come at this. They've got a flash and 2 kits and half of the bomb timer left with Simple stuck on Tetris. They're starting to push outwards, and he gets cleared out by Kerrigan, but JL returns the favor, and off that peak, he calls out the bluff. And again, he's going to show nothing until he does, but when he does, there is no time, and Navi double digits.
Wow. That was smooth, man. That's probably a simple comp to set up in Palace like that. But they actually used the fact that Brokey took a shot to post up. Now the LXC puts a beat pressure in, Brokey gets off the angle, and you see that even when Brokey hits the shot on Simple after he comes back, the site's already lost. And then it comes down to the rifle entries. All you need is the angle dominance. You don't even need the frag.
Final round of the CT side, and we get Rops on an op in Palace. We get a bunch of ramp nades and a wall of smokes on A. See if that B defense gets filtered out. But there is 0 pressure beyond the utility. Second volley of smokes. You've got 3 CTs corralled inside of the A site. High likelihood for a B split if they demand of it. Apartment players just still buying time.
There's a ton of pressure on B right now. We got no one window.
Yeah, they've set this up nicely, but the smoke's going to fade soon, so that stairs peak could be a nuisance. Sure enough, Brokey finds an angle before the T's really get rolling, and Kerrigan's double kill makes this look good. Emet top stairs. He's got 3 down on ramp, and the bomb is inbound with Alexi on the bench, hoping to carve off a potential Palace peeker. 3 to just go brazenly into default. There's a big pack of Faze players inside of this bomb site, and there's more damage going towards Navi's way until JL connects. Twists to play the pistol from the sideline. All of Navi grouping up on stairs and bench.
Man, this might be late. This
Bloodbath.
flash.
Flash is way too late. They're already in the site. Kerrigan's going to chuck it up. And the CTs don't seem blind at all. That is just them cutting straight through. Silently, they creep in.
Oh, they misread the retake completely. They thought that Navi were coming in from CT spawn, trying to time that flash. Meanwhile, they're just walking in. No one spotting from Palace. No one spotting the cross from ramp. That is a massive gap from Faze, and I'm not sure if Navi even realized it. They were just going forward with the retake like they had always intended, sitting behind the connector smoke.
Okay. Lady Luck blesses us with her presence for the JL headshot.
Uh-oh. This is this is definitely getting a little, that's probably the sketchiest situation we've seen from Faze so far this game.
Yeah, and to have that sketchy situation kick off your second half at a deficit like this. Emet got himself 2. These are guns. It's a force buy, and it's been brought back with a double out of the Faze players top middle. JL queued in for an easy pickup as Simple did so much damage to Twists, and Robs doesn't have the bomb to even try this 1v3.
JL's so good, man. He knows when to be aggressive, when to keep it going. Could have peeled back right there, but I mean, actually it wasn't a one situation, so kind of appreciating the fact that he's trusting, he's 18-8 right now. He had a great T side. He's been solid on actually a lot of Mirage as well. One of the most consistent players. Robs coming in 32 HP. You'd think, no way, right?
Well, you'd think.
It is Robs. Khalil?
CT's posted on him. One tucked.
It's impossible.
Bit's contact.
That's a perfect trade situation here for the CT side.
And Bit don't miss. Currently highest rated player for Navi in Cologne. That's the guy who I personally had some of the most doubts for, because I thought the English might actually bog him down as it did Simple when they went international.
He passed the English test. Go check the YouTube Navi video. That's a force buy, like you said, that just got melted away like an eco, except now this is the real eco. Neo could be a genius and still not have a solution for this situation. Unfortunately, of course, legend of the game, but the players are going to be mostly responsible for what happens ultimately. And at the moment, between 2K and 2800, we're going to need some real special idea, but even better execution, no matter what the idea is. They had their worst Inferno loss to G2 in a year yesterday. And it kind of looked like this game somehow.
I mean, this will be 3 straight maps of domination.
Yeah.
Where Faze can't even keep up on an individual level, and that's something that for months we've at least been able to bank on.
That's true. Like
one of the 3, if not Rain is number 4, we're going to put up a fight. But Faze aren't even fighting anymore.
I mean, the second map yesterday could have been a 16-6 as well. They put up a cosmetic comeback. It was something, but they still literally lost and got dominated on map 1. So for what it's worth, you're right. At this point, even if there is sort of a slight comeback, if it's a loss, they were never really in control. So
no comeback will make up for the feeling of this 12-5 lead. Soon to be 13, as the unarmored pistols aren't expected to get too much. And I also take no pleasure in seeing a Faze clan in this form, because we know their ceiling. And that's the thing. Any team that has a ceiling capable of lifting trophies, you at least, at the very least, want some competitive essence. They've still got some time on Mirage to change our opinions, but
smoke.
This one's done. This one's toast. Your Tech 9 will not get out connector. Your bomb may never be planted. Oh, Twist with a slight chance, but no armor. This one does indeed get chewed up like all the others. So 4 survive for Navi, and a comfortable 13-5 lead early days in this series still.
We're getting into territory of setting records here, and not the good kind. This is Faze's best map at the moment, so... Well, 16-6 at the Paris Major, okay? And since then, I've played Mirage something like 10 times. So quite a few games.
They shredded the competition at Iem Dallas on this map particularly.
Yeah, they went undefeated.
And now Iem
Odd 9 G2 ends all dead.
versus Guns peeks up, and it just looks as easy as it did versus Pistols. One M4A1S spray down, Rain and Brokey dead again. 3v5 from Faze again. And a desperate attempt into A site again.
You can't say they lost to bad teams, but you can say they should have done better.
The expectation's always high for Faze. The bar not quite met. This is also a team who we put a lot of stock in their resilience, ability to come back, some incredibly close series. We give them that fighting spirit and that ability to bounce back, but even that seems absent here in the last 3 maps of Cologne. Twists will answer with a single frag. That's all they've gotten going. Rops is going to slide out Palace. As the op misses him, he can drop down and grab the bomb. You know, you put forth some kind of incredible clutch, then that's something, but JL's pressure under Palace sweeps away the little that was left. And this is a FaZe clan that's whimpering away from Mirage.
Yeah, the lights are starting to dim. And again, I mean, seriously, in matches like this, you can't really see it. You know, like they do a good job of just keeping it somewhat calm. I mean, I'm sure it's like that dog in the room that's lit on fire saying this is fine, but at the same time, that's how they make comebacks happen, by just playing the game until its conclusion. 1 round at a time, they put on comebacks, making this happen. Doesn't feel like today's going to be that day, but maybe it never really does, you know? So...
I mean, just that round for me, man. You're waiting for another buyback for FaZe. You know your opportunities are already just limited on this T-half. He sprays through 2 separate smokes, 2 separate angles, and you're back onto Tech 9s. I can't blame you for not having a smile or a chipper mood. FaZe feel as though there is no openings, I'm sure. And a moment or two of getting unlucky. Maybe they can find solace in that thought. Navi right now, dude, just cerebral. Pushing around, Alexi B's got a read of it. The pressure is great. Into underpass, forces Rops to go up catwalk, straight into the scope of Simple. Tech 9 gets canceled out in connector. And again, it is another round where we just can't see an opening. We can't see a road for FaZe to come back on this map, because we can't see a road to even get into a damn bomb site. And not to dogpile with negativity, at the same time, the flip of the coin is that Navi look great.
Yeah, they look
JL's great. 20 and 8, Bits hitting his headshots. Ema in the mid pressure hasn't been a liability, where sometimes his death has opened up chances, but this is just a rock solid CT side. As convincing as the first half was for Navi, this close may be quick.
The last time they got 16-5 on Mirage was versus a team named Players. So, hopefully...
What happened after that 16-5? Did they bounce back into great form? You know?
I mean, you know, it's 2022, so
okay.
It was a good year.
Maybe
a good time to be a FaZe fan, but...
Maybe this is just the darkest period.
Oh, no rain, no flowers?
Exactly.
Okay. You're going through hell, keep going.
This will change them. This loss on Mirage will change FaZe for the better for years to come.
Yesterday you said tomorrow, FaZe. Fact is, this is potentially the last S-tier event played in CSGO. We don't know, but... Everyone has to sort of think about that, you know, all the time.
Opportunities to finish your CSGO chapter.
If Simple hugs Alexi after this game, I'm going to die laughing, I think.
You can't laugh at this, man. You just can't. There's something too morbid about a FaZe Clan 16-5. They'll come down from apartments. They're looking for an opening. Nothing has been put together yet. Kerrigan trying to get his, and he will. And Rob's able to get that backside player down. Then you've got Twist, other side of the map. Things going swimmingly for FaZe as they try to hold on for dear life, but Iem may well just make the difference here. He's looking to add himself to the simple retake. We've got Rops on the doorway of apartments and Kerrigan on the ground floor. To flush out FaZe, not only of this bomb site, but of this first map in an embarrassing fashion would be exactly what Navi want to start this long day of CS with. Kerrigan drops Iem, Simple misses his flick. And now that he's down to half health, it seems like FaZe may fight, or Simple is there to put them to bed, but FaZe will hang on.
Okay.
One weapon kept, an op for Rops to drop to Brokey. Do FaZe have this fight in them?
Yeah, 1 foot in front of the other. So it was a good attack. For what it's worth, they come in, they get their trades. Least you can expect right now. Even if the situation gets marginally closer, still money here for Navi and an op and everything for Simple. So that one's gonna burn. Ooh, chance there for Brokey. They were not expecting the op to be on ramp.
Go slide bit downwards. Rops is waiting. Non-existent margin of error from round 22 to 30.
Man, they're holding Palace and deep ramp on this round.
Iem has been good on this map of Mirage. Oh, eats a team flash though, not ideal.
That's a perfect nade. Cat plays coming in. Lots of T's inside of middle, but Brokey's not Delpan holding this push.
JL's waiting for the perfect moment to strike him down. He has been so sharp. The two stars of JL and Iem coming out to close the new pieces of Navi since the last time these organizations met, and they are toppling this challenge as if it's nothing.
Oh my god.
Brokey's barrel spotted. JL racking up frags, 26 and 9.
The re-aggro.
With 2 kills left, he makes it look easy. He reaches out and Rain will pull his head off. Simple then scoped up on connector. Ramp peek's about to come out, but Simple's got cover. And there's threat from window, there's threat from the clock. 20 seconds and this is just falling apart. FaZe did not show up to play in map 1. This may be all about Navi.
Yeah.
And there is no amazing pop-off. There is no total celebration because Navi know there is still the chance.
Ever get defeated in that fashion by Ever. And at least now they have Overpass, their map pick. Navi played it twice here with the new lineup. They beat Astralis on the map, which is actually not small. Astralis have been really good. And lost to Mouse, where Simple was very average in that series. But much better on Mirage already today.
Rain dead first, Simple connects. Rain is somebody I think on Overpass that we look to on an individual level to have a carry here and there. He enters the conversation among the younger stars of FaZe, one of which, Twists, returns.
Yeah, this is actually a tough part of the conversation as well with Rain here at Cologne. He had, he went 0-6 in opening duels on the Inferno game versus G2. He had 6 kills on Mirage just now, although that was very much a team loss. But him and Kerrigan, Kerrigan can't get a pass when Rain plays well enough, you know what I mean? But they need one, at least.
JL sliding through into the B site. Bit thought he had it wrapped up on short.
Oh,
Robs, missed chance. Simple comes through. Simple's on the brink of an ace. 4 kills in the pistol, just Kerrigan left. And the ramp player swings out to end it. It is a hell of a showing from Simple in the first round of Overpass.
Did you see those strafes from JL?
What was he doing,
He was
dude?
bouncing off the ropes,
This guy's dancing.
back and forth.
Hit him with the cha-cha, little electric slide.
To be honest, I like that on a pistol. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this noob doing? But you know what? On a pistol, you should be running and shooting. So why are the strafes so tight? Robs couldn't catch him.
Served up a great distraction for Simple to help out. Nothing but headshots for Simple in the pistol. And he goes right for the XM1014.
Wow.
He really
He's
is
on
just,
a money-making mission today.
really is just like us. One of us. I'm so excited to see what Simple's loadout will be in CS2. MP7, auto shotty. What else?
Dude, this is a... Yeah, it's crazy. Dualies. He bought dualies as well. Okay.
I think he's trying to embarrass them.
I think he's trying to embarrass them, yeah. I think he's having fun. I think he's trying to embarrass them.
Wait. Simple's having fun. Phaser doomed. JL, he'll get himself 2. While blind, sprays down through Monster.
Oh, they just didn't get through at all, yeah, so he stays alive. Unblinded. And Simple is coming in on the flank slowly. Just seeing that auto shotgun on the map is just, oh my god. That's a jump scare angle right there if you die.
It's also just the thought of him, like the shotgun runs out of shells and he just pulls out his cowboy pistols.
Yeah.
Like it only gets worse somehow. Mac 10 entry is very clean from Twist.
Here it comes.
Oh! Finishes off a little bit of JL. Beretta at this distance, trying to get it going. Shotgun for the short pipe. What is happening? This is somehow brought back.
I don't know what I expected.
Maybe too much fun. Iem, though, able to just cut off one of them, and Alexi will be there to finish. They pick up the slack that Simple leaves with a auto shoddy dual Beretta monster flank.
You know what? Even though he died, like, I'm sure it was fun. See those dualies doing 3 damage a shot?
You know what's funny is nobody dares look down at Simple and say something, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
See Simple glancing, demanding perfection. But when he pulls out an auto shoddy, I bet you even got a nice try. Somebody told him nice try.
I see what you were going for there.
Yeah, I love your vision for the game.
Don't try this at home, folks.
One AK here for Twists. He had a beautiful Mac 10 headshot in that last round.
Yeah.
And here he is, being given the responsibility of unraveling a flushed out Navi buy. They'll group up, hoping to swing for bit.
Interesting spot for the Galil, but I mean, it's mostly versus pistols. And Twist is low. Kind of feels like an everything or nothing type of position.
And how about everything? Or at least 2. Rain's Deagle response. JL brought back from short. The Faze aren't going crazy here. I feel like they definitely realize the opening that Twists and Rain have created for them. I think they also start to have to accept the morbid reality of this situation. You have been owned 3 maps in a row. You're the returning Cologne champions.
And you have the same team.
You know, your big claim to victory in 2022 was Cologne. Took you a hell of a long time to get to that Grand Slam.
It was Antwerp.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but then also within like a month or a couple months.
I guess Antwerp was pretty important.
Yeah, but that first half of the year,
Sure.
Yeah, and the second half wasn't. I see your point 100%.
Well, let's see what happens now that they have to go ahead and run in. Bombs dropped, Alexi's here, and they've got it. Just like last round, once you get to the bomb site, things get swept away. No pauses needed here from Blade. He walks away. He's happy with the troops and the 3-0 start.
Neo's looking good. Love the style, love the curls. He's been in the gym every day. I think he's doing some jiu-jitsu actually, like years ago.
Yeah, him and Pasha are going to do. They're going to do 2v2 cage match soon.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Just wait for snacks, then they'll do 3v3.
What weight class is that?
Oh,
drilled him.
Madrilla. Spams through, kills Robs. And those were moments like that in Mirage as well, where I just felt like, you know, Faze going through the motions, coming with the buy, try to get the hopes up. You know, it's like the when you could put a smile on your face because at least you're working with fair weaponry, then that's when we would get the Iem 2 kills off the connector smoke.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good That's the right characterization, going through the motions. You know what I mean? Everything looks fine, but it's totally uninspired. They're not the ones getting the cool kills.
That'll work. Lexi pulled off the long wall. Iem Simple still here to try and hold off, and there's a bit of time that Faze will have to get ever closer with. It's Rain's entry that could go big. Clears the close one, thanks to Twist's help. Simple still locked in on Van. Jump over from Twists. But then the MP9 just comes running right at him, and Kerrigan gonna need 2 kills. And a clutch as that smoke's about to get tested. He can see it coming.
Oh,
and the shot so close, but not quite on the mark. And so Bit emerges out from smoke to keep Navi in the lead.
oh, it didn't extend too far. Flash was perfect. Good cover from Simple. I mean, they come up with a pre-fire because they know Im is on the signpost, which is nice. But again, the setup is like perfect to cover that. Very solid. Rifle round dealt with. Starts off easy with the spray.
Rain already through smoke. Back to the Tech 9s. Back to the solo Twists AK. Man, Simple.
Yeah, Emma at the major was a massive threat on overpass, but I think he's still finding his comfort zone here in this new lineup on the map. He had, you know, all the space in the world on that lineup because he was the best player, but
Oh, that'll help.
yeah.
Robs puts the Deagle barrel to JL's forehead. Hits him with the Falcon punch.
Falcon.
And a little spam coming out of the Soul A-Site defender. Falls back, rotates here. No panic though. Robs is up to something. He's cooking over towards Monster, trying to pressure Bit and what's going to be a split with Brokey, but Brokey ahead of the pack. No trade potential on that kill whatsoever. And then Bit just leans back into the barrels as this pack of players tries to push. The flash is fantastic, and Bit is so sharp.
Oh my God.
Originally burdened by this new roster, his individual level in the first few officials just the last 12 months.
Yeah.
At least on Mirage. At least on Inferno. And hell, the jury's out on Overpass. So right now, this CT side's looking rock solid. A little more adventurous this round. Navi take a glance over Party and pull back. Faze trying to find a solution in a slower tempo. But with a slower tempo, I feel like it also sets a somber tone.
I missed a resmoke, I think, on Monster. Oh no, it didn't. Just weird on the mini-map. Roki and Kerrigan yet to frag so far. But second rifle rounds. And a big chance with the op to make something happen. Not easy to find these T-side op picks, but gonna need them. You know, gonna need them. If they're not careful, that's an op for the CT side to grab.
Plenty of CTs here, but none of them backed up enough to get caught by this yet.
Oh.
JL looking. Ooh, loses the duel though. Spam damage, fantastic. Alexi B, he's got you locked in.
That's two rifle round frags from there.
Well, look where he is. In between two Ts. Denies the op first, knows the front bathrooms players there. He thought he had the element of surprise. Simple comes in to help out, and Kerrigan and Twists will bring it back to an even 2v2, but with 10 seconds, that bomb's gonna have to push forward, and with presence on the site, it can't.
Wow, that was it. That was it. Ema just delayed so long they were gonna commit.
Impossible.
Impossible. He's allowed to take that fight and die. He did his job for sure. And Faze putter to a halt once again. Good refrag from Alexi. Again, two kills through that wood wall on 2 different rifle rounds. This one's a trade back. Last one was an opener. Both to make sure Faze don't have the advantage in the opening round, opening portion of the round. Another buy will come in. Brokey will not be afforded an op this time, of course.
Going for the long play as well as the bathrooms walk up. So far, it's been a fresh look for Navi as Iem and Simple have moved pieces, changed tempo, but also sprinkling in little bursts of aggression. Was that spotted?
I don't think so.
No, Kerrigan clearing the other corners, but now he can't skip this step. He doesn't clear it, and Iem comes through with the instant kill. He turns all the attention over towards the long hold now. Alexi B, the rotator's dead, and Rain. There he is. 3 kills out of Rain. Bursts onto the bomb site and opens up this T side. Again, this slow tempo, this pace, this to me is Faze just trying to find that slot, trying to give themselves more time to get the fire going, to stoke the embers. They can't afford to go 4 maps this flat.
Yeah.
They can't.
That's Rain with a great round. It's all about him this round, and yeah, his entries haven't quite been there, but just trying to get a kickstart here, back on their feet.
Good for Rain, putting up a clean round like that, keeping majority alive for Faze. And hopefully for their sake, inspiring some of the other players. Brokey's still hunting his round 8. Faze looking to chip away at Navi's CT side. Robs quickly into the short water. But Iem has gone further than ever before. They've played up on party, they've taken a glance, they've never left somebody this far out, and that's an easy B lean for Navi.
Yeah, I like the call for Navi. I mean, we had no explosive plays this half so far from Faze, so go ahead and take a risk on map control. CTs are ready here in the site. Gonna need some great entries from Robs.
He'll find the first and second, and they saw that flash come out of Alexi, so the flashbang support from Alexi doesn't help. Although I do see his name in the kill feed just against his teammates.
Sick. I mean, that's it. They
Nice
won
and
the
easy.
round, so there's no way this retake is going to come in. 2 clean entries like that, no response. Beautiful setup, beautiful clears by Rops, and beautiful timing found here by Faze. When it was about to get a little hairy, they had a full A control, no stress about connector whatsoever. CT starting to get in a position, but JL and Bit, dangerous targets to try to attack, and well, they had no problems taking them out. So last round, 3 entries from Rain, cleaned up.
Yep.
This round, 2 from Rob, same thing. Money back in a good place for Faze.
And same sort of stress-free setup right before the multi-kill comes through from one of the players. Nice slow crawl down long last round, pop into the bomb site. Same this time off short, just a little bit quicker. Simple was still sitting out con, thinking maybe there'd be a rotate back. Obviously banking on someone doing something for the defense, but 2 dead players instantly like that. Couldn't go easier for Faze.
Three guns carried forward. No upgrades for the 2 B players who died. Faze with an opportunity. Ooh.
Simple going through.
Yeah, one of the guns out for 8 pressure.
Again, we'll see if Navi decide to kick it up a notch because the last 2 rounds banked on the space being given to Faze.
Smalley won't do much. They can still see it.
Simple holding on to the spot. Party player's dead. Simple turns, looks for the next one, nails it. Kerrigan and Rain both dead, but that third playground
Shirley's
player,
gonna peek now.
yeah, comes around. Brokey lines it up, gets an extra second to do so, and pushes pressure to Alexi as the only man with a gun.
Alexi still in con, though, means that this round is still alive, in my opinion. Depends how slow Faze play it, but we see the rotations out towards A.
Yeah, they're
Alexi tells them they're not going down to B. And, it could get ugly. It would still take a lot of effort from these pistols, and that first peek comes out. Oh.
Brokey's going to chase him. Second CT.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Jesus.
well, Twists is there.
Was tricking.
That's a lot of faith in Twists, but hey, he saves you. A little crouch underneath the next one. Twists starting to rack up kills now. 9 and 5. Easy freebies versus USPs.
They're locking off Alexi's position here on the right as well.
Yeah, should be a shoo-in, and sure enough, Twist to close it. Faze, it's 3 in a row. It's a T-side that's got a little life in it. The liveliest we've sort of seen them over the course of the last 4 maps. 1 versus Navi and the 2 G2 ones yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good use of the guns here from Navi. I mean, they made it feel like it was a full buy with the full A setup into the A default from Faze, but Faze dealt with it well. I mean, Brokey dealt with it well, playing it slow. Right until Simple forgot about him. But with no investment, no over-investment that last round, they get guns again. The Twist speeds up through Con here. Usually that's paired with Kerrigan like on a Mac 10 rushing over the top side of A. This is actually an interesting setup for Navi, and maybe not in a good way. They're floating inside of short tunnel, and now they want to take some of this space back. Rob's is going to peek out. Flash is perfect.
Wonderful. Not to mention Twist was ready to swing connector if things went south. This pace and tempo from Faze, to me it almost feels like meditative. You know, they've been beaten a couple of times.
But isn't there like an air of apathy to it, where
a little bit, except they're winning rounds.
Yeah,
I do feel it. You know, that's how it felt 3 rounds ago. But now we're 4 rounds in, and Faze have just been slowly squeezing Navi and getting their round. They're almost kneading bread at the moment. You know, Mo? Making a nice sourdough loaf. That's a weird thing, by the way, making your own bread. I don't know.
What do you mean?
It's at the store for like $3.
Doesn't taste as good.
Doesn't take as much work.
I think the honor is the ability to participate in the mastery of creating bread.
I'll take those extra hours and go DM. My mastery is elsewhere. Way of the AK.
Siwoo.
You can keep your wheat. What was that? Why was he shooting the wall? What's going on there?
So the setup is it was a little weird from Navi, and man, see, they're just so tilted, baby. Ooh. And they still might win though,
Of course.
But they got tilted after their first round loss, tack pause, and things don't work out. But they've done an interesting job with the money here. They had the 3 guns saved and 2 rifles. Then they have a buy last round. They have a buy this round somehow. But now Faze, maybe they can start to speed up on this T side, like you were saying, playing more composed at first, but getting their tactics to work properly. Always accuracy before speed.
Simple's M4 sitting up towards the bathrooms. As the pistols, well, they sit on B. Iem playing on top of the rock.
Robs will spot the actual 2 monster setup because of the way the smoke bounced right there.
Simple's holding. Is there a flash to come? Rain seems to be hesitating.
That's actually an interesting off angle here.
Could be the death of Kerrigan.
He's going to peek with this, I think, yeah.
Yeah, they almost line up. He gets a good amount of damage in, but then Rob's also catching a headshot on long. It's the 2 A players dead, and it's going to call for the pistols to scramble up. Another slow, stoic approach to that A site. Feels like right now Faze are one with the T side of Overpass. Some limitations in these last couple of rounds where we can't fully expect Navi to put up an entire fight, and Simple did a ton of damage there. But Rob's insta-kill long, damn, does that make it easier.
They definitely read Emma about to swing. Rob's been super good so far on T side, 10 kills already. Massive impact, him and Twist actually both doing a great job. We've got an entry round from Rain, entry rounds from Rops, Twist in the middle of all of that. Spam wall.
Yeah, pressure from the bomb site. Got away with that a couple times, he did.
And they tried some fountain aggression, which I actually like the call from Navi, but last round with a short V push didn't look so good. Imma, oh, he'll win one over Twist, not take a single point of damage, so does he want another fight?
He's locked in, or so it seemed. Falls back, gets away with it. 5 versus 4 put up by Iem.
Yeah, they don't attack him right now. He'll see nothing on the fallback. Well, this would be telling. You know, if Faze can do this. 4v5. They got the map control still, one less unit to work with, but last time they entered into B, they didn't lose a single player. CT starting to walk back. Monster wide open at the moment.
JL blinded, throws out the molly, but it's out Monster into the bomb site. And JL just running forward, gonna get caught. Alexi B up in heaven, tries to find an angle, looking to set up Bit, who keeps getting hit by these flashes. Simple on Graffiti. It feels so claustrophobic in this bomb site, and the bomb gets dropped on top of it all. Faze had their outing from Monster,
Dude.
but they just could not get past that bomb site.
Yeah, that was a little ugly, man. That was a really solid timing on the attack. It looked like, okay, deja vu, same sort of B thing that's going to happen. They found the right moment where the CTs are like juggling grenades, no idea the attack's coming in. JL flashes Alexi B in heaven as he just throws it into the site. Throws the molly down on short, even though they're all coming out of Monster, has no idea how close they are and how much they've scaled. Tries to play committed, but then in the middle of all the chaos, Simple, Alexi B just find pickoffs from safety and stop the scale completely.
Fast rotate by Navi, maybe having Simple there as quick as he was. Added to the hold, but Faze definitely stumbled on the entry. Incomparable to what Rain accomplished on long or Rops a few rounds ago from short. No concise killer opening. And so Alexi B continues to pressure. Such a nuisance from the other side of these wooden panels.
Yeah, it's always an IGL back here, and they've got the best spam timings.
Good flash on Monster side. JL fully blinded.
Oh.
Kerrigan comes through with beautiful flash assists. And they know Alexi's still around. He's been, again, throwing out damage, but this time it is clean. This time Kerrigan comes through with 2 flash assists, a kill of his own, and a Molotov to deny Simple his forward footing. Kerrigan slides to Graffiti to guarantee this one goes down as Phases and Navi have a one-off round.
Okay, yeah, that is a one-off round. Another super solid B entry round. No one's playing anti on the Monster attack, so they both get caught with a single flash, which is obviously cardinal sin if you're doubled up out in the open, but I think there was some shooting to bait him into looking, and lack of chemistry there from Navi, and another round for Faze where, I mean, they're just really bullying them with these 2 new players playing the site and testing their chemistry.
Simple hesitates for a second. Gives Kerrigan that extra chance to blow his head off. So 2 kills for Kerrigan, 2 flash assists for Kerrigan. And I like that Faze didn't shy away from what they failed at doing last round. They had an inclination, and they weren't wrong about it.
Look at this. Both players blind off a single flashbang. Kerrigan with a, 2 flash assists and an entry.
Few economy problems here for Navi.
I mean, this is already much better than Mirage. You know,
Yes.
I mean, they're still literally losing by 1 round, but that's the bar at the moment for Faze. So, okay, but yeah, I think that this is true. The answer is always aggression here for Navi. Just if they can't fight in the site, and kill them before they get there. But look at Faze; they're already on to ideas towards A, ready for the long walk up. No one's spotting the cross.
And when they do check,
oh, that's a good check actually by Imma. I think he saw maybe 2.
Smoke down, dead. Kerrigan setting up Rain the same way he did the last round, but Simple is here. And when Simple's there, they stop.
This is a good cancel out of Faze because Navi were expecting a full commit after that attack, so they know they're going to pull CTs out of interesting spots. Now, this means you peel back, you wait. You could either re-attack A if the CTs get uncomfortable, but they gave up all of their CT aggressions.
Brokey finding Alexi, jumping up. Alexi lucky to be alive. Simple's going to try to counterpick the Opper. As Kerrigan has slid close enough, he can put his ear against the wall and listen to the rumblings of this site. Oh, it's a wall bang that keeps him alive.
Uh-oh,
Simple
Molly,
still
man.
here. 30 seconds. Give Simple a
Man,
chance.
missed that Molly, man.
He'll strike you down. He's got JL to help him, making sure they can't wrap it. And he finds Robs down low. Simple shows up and is not flushed out by a missed Molotov.
You can't give the Opper his best spot on the site after you just saw him, man. That Molly, you got to land that every single time.
Yep. First real mistake we can highlight from Faze. Other than getting jumbled up in the smokes down on that B site. But this just a glaringly obvious missed piece of utility. And
yeah.
Simple thrives from within that setup.
If they watch the demo, they're going to be like, yeah, we missed the Molly. Like, what can you say?
Simple as that.
You're playing at this level. You trust the utility because it's already going to be hard enough if all the utility lands.
Okay.
Now, if that doesn't land, you swing out into angles that should be Molly, that should be flashed. And then you die because of it, because you trust it, because you should. You're supposed to.
And we're not talking about a struggling either, Simple. You just failed to Molotov a guy who is 15-6 before he puts that 3K up. Simple feeling everywhere and anywhere. When he was down on that B site, you couldn't get past. The faltering in A, off of him as well. The kind of Simple we all love to watch. Twists. Molly.
Oh my God.
Threat, but doesn't spread.
Oh, he got such a good spread here.
This could be the end of Twists in round 15.
Oh, Twist is very careful in these spots, but that Molly was so favorable for Imma. We'll see if it means anything.
Still wary of this presence in connector. Imma, easy pickup. Twist doesn't go to clear it. Trusts the Molotov got into the corner, but at least the follow-up from Brokey's there. JL slides out onto short. Brokey decides to double back. Now we're getting stringy. Kerrigan comes out on his own. And while he does damage too, he finishes neither. Alexi B slipping past. Brokey spots him. Now Brokey's going to get stuck in on the bathrooms fight, and Alexi's just trying to buy time. Gets bomb control. That's great. Puts Rain into the clutch, into the 1v4 that he's halfway through already, but that time is going to force him to scoop up bomb and sprint. JL can get closer all the while. Anybody from Dumpster could...
3 pistols in this series, and a 4th. That could be the final nail. So let's see how this one starts off.
Brokey banking on the Berettas. Navi aren't getting crazy out of the gate. Again, pistol round win here. Could just pave the road to victory. Smooth and easy off the start of a T-side that could end up getting a struggle here and there. I don't expect perfection from Navi's T-side overpass. Oh, wow. Rain with the 1 bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Let him know. You want some? Come get some. Simple. That first half, impeccable. But now his teammates to pick up the slack in a 4v5. We get a rambunctious push back down connector. Twist looking to just stuff it on the door. Sounds simple. Shoot him in the head. And he doesn't even shoot the first guy. Lets his teammate in Rops deal with that. JL to bring it back. Closes door. Pressure behind him, and it is indeed Faze with a pistol round win. About damn time.
Yeah, well handled. Nicely job. Let's get loud and some smiles because they know now they've got CT side to look forward to. It was a fight. It was a struggle in that first half, but it's way better than the entirety of the last map into, well, now they can literally win off of the game they know how to play and the lead that they're going to be able to get back with this start. So there's Kerrigan with some energy. It wasn't the start to the day they wanted to, and that's always going to be the conversation in the interview at the end of the game. But you just slow starts at this level, man. Sometimes you can't afford them. Let's see if Navi can make them regret doing anything wrong in their morning routine.
Reports from the street down below were that during that halftime, Blade was a little upset with Navi.
Yeah.
Unsatisfied with the half they put forth.
Well, must be a day ending with Y.
Can't yell at Simple. He put up his and then some. Let me give him a ton of space to play around with here. How many deagle shots is Simple walking away with? How many headshots, Launders?
Only 4.
Just 4?
Yeah.
Honestly. The GOAT, they say. Just hoping that somebody gets a little too risky. And there's nobody here. Faze leaning back. Again, very tempered pace to their T side. I'd be surprised to see them come running out with risks on this CT half. At least not yet, right? If push comes to shove and you got to pick it up, then maybe. But for now, you can lean back on your M4s in the site. Simple will get one. Almost a second. But as he sits on 7 health, Twists will mow him down and Faze close the gap to just 1.
Why do you think he has that Deagle skin? Do you think he couldn't afford a Blaze?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What the hell's he doing? Go get that Emerald Jormungandr.
Yeah.
It's personal preference, Landers.
It's not expensive. It doesn't look good.
There's some guy at home going right now, dude, no, man, like, that's the sickest, man.
I'm sorry, that guy.
All right, first real test.
All right.
An improving FaZe clan is a welcome sight after the 48 hours we've had between their G2 match and this one.
So Iem only kills, and I think CT, you know, Bathrooms player, he can have a lot of power, but I think it's actually his T sides where it's hit or miss so far from what we've seen on FaZe, where he can really do a lot on overpass. He's pretty scary at the aggressive lurk, so, all right, this player close up. They're gonna read this setup. There's a flash.
Yeah, Rob's blind as a bat.
Oh.
Just like that, A site, or A long, cracked open.
Some free nades rolling around.
I mean, that MP9 was not getting out of there. Flashbang was fantastic.
Okay, I mean, Rain puts himself in a spot on 1v1. Imma's frag could be everything. Let's see if Rain can deny it. He's had a great game.
Yep. Ooh, he maintains, and with enough time, but Twists fumbles the flashbang, so things are going to get a little more difficult. Rain could still be all the way up long. Alexi will be safe from this peak, but the bank and dumpster players now in position. It's a 3-prong retake and a 3v3, which Rain loses first. The other two just can't quite come through yet, so perfect fight from Navi to take down him, the confirmed piece of all of this, and then they sweep away the others. It is Navi to 10 in an instant, a 3v3 with no challenge back out of FaZe.
That's a great play overall, man. I love the staging of that round for FaZe. With the mid play, it made it feel like there wasn't a long setup. So I like how they drew attention away from that. But once they got a whiff of it, the perfect flash, Navi make the same mistake, or sorry, FaZe make the same mistake Navi did in that first half with 2 players, neither playing anti, both getting killed on the same swing. And with that goes the round, or as it should be. And then we have the Kerrigan push with the MP9, Rain to grab his at long, but they dealt with Rain so well. Alexi planning on the opposite side of dice, taking his time to peek, letting 3 players get into perfect spots to swing, and that's it. Phase the smoke and bank, no chance to get through. Navi in double digits.
Early T-side success really cranks the pressure versus FaZe. They're going to be banking on these Eagles doing something spectacular. Navi stay tight-knit, work along the bathrooms. Just Brokey jump spotting, so the only thing on A right now are these Desert Eagles. If they get nothing, Rifles could transition into a save. If Brokey goes massive, like this, then the possibility of running up is open. But there is no kit, so that bomb being planted causes problems. Damage done out of Navi as they face this site from the front.
They're down to no nades. No nades at all here. No kit, no nades, and the T's are scared because they're down to 3. But they can safely pick up this bomb. These are moments where I actually feel like JL is one of the most careful players on Navi. Will put his team in a good position to catch an easy frag. But we look at Kerrigan's spot. Okay, listen, he's 4 and 12. But he's coming through on stairs. He'll be the 1 flank in.
That's 1 confirmed bank, simple headhunting. Oh, but Brokey just swings. 3 frags out of Brokey, incredibly quiet map. 5 and 11 up until this point, and Kerrigan connects with his. It is Brokey to make the difference. 2 Deagles on that bomb site. One of them dies with nothing, but the fire is ignited.
Yes. Wow, man. 5 kills into 9 here from Brokey. Welcome to the server. Welcome to the match. jumping away on this one too.
Oof, that's a headshot.
To the dome. Said I earned this upgrade.
Simple was looking about long. Because all of the T's came up from bathrooms, it was still a possibility. Rain was back there last round. They didn't want to get caught off by it. 4 players alive, 3 of them on the retake from B. Faze answer quick. And it almost felt necessary to get that one. To keep this competitive, to keep Navi off of building economy. Because they're on the brink of pistols, which means Faze are on the brink of a lead. For the first time,
they both are, by
in
the way.
the last 2 matches. Oh.
They both have extremely fragile economies at the moment.
Stack spotted.
That'll scare Faze about their monster side, actually, so they'll start to organize for that in a second. No attack coming in, however, so Navi will just move slowly farther in position. Rain, he's been a hero, you know.
Yes. Oh, I mean, he kept them in the first half. He's going to find JL as well. It's hard to get Rain off long.
And it's hard to win without long on the A site.
Brokey's M4, looking good. Rops is here to help if needed. Sure enough, bullet to the back of Iem's head. And Rain then comes back from long, causing problems for Navi on the approach. Simple returns with a shot. Returns with a chance. But with 2 defenders in the site, the bomb down in front of them, his exit and the thought of pistols for his teammates in the next round just feels like he can't ignore this opportunity to save. Faze will tie this game at 10.
Yeah, and they can't come hunt him because if they lose any players in this spot, then they're going to be missing nades next round. So Simple will be able to keep this up. And that's nice, but it's even nicer for Faze to win. That's what they care about. Rain gets to 20. Rain, this is a specialty position in the map pool. CT side overpass has brought Faze some of their best moments in history, and he's playing well right now. And again, 3 bad maps behind him. But as long as you're not eliminated, none of those matter. Faze looking for a chance to take this to map 3. And it certainly feels possible now.
The op wastes no time in revealing where it's at. But then with momentary silence, Faze will be wondering, where did it get off to? And it's Brokey, who was almost about to get a glimpse of it. Instead, the pistol walks along the wall. Brokey putting in work with the rifles, but what's this? Double connector push. 2 more guns given over.
Going down. He's going down con right now. Bit still back here.
With an AK and the smallest of gaps.
They chased him away, but I don't think they know necessarily about Brokey's rotation. Kerrigan now the one to go towards long. Sharp shot here.
Holy hell. Nice kill from Kerrigan, having a very tough map. But that one deals with Simple pretty quick.
Uh-oh.
Brokey nervous. That shot puts the Deagle on alert, but JL can't get the better of him. So Bit's going to chuck the op out of the map. We'll see what Alexi and Bit can finagle with the 30 seconds left of round 21. If you go back to connector, you could get a second weapon for Alexi, and maybe the save is that much more tempting, but now it's almost freer to save, but at the same time, more tantalizing to go aggressive. 10 seconds to spare, and Kerrigan is alone on Van. Bit is swinging for him. That's both players spotted, the bomb plant denied, and now Bit's gonna have to come clear this. Just no extra time, so he'll try to get the bomb plant, and if he gets that, now suddenly things get a little sketchy. Kerrigan's gun's empty.
So there has to be a read on staying one step ahead of Faze. And with some of these situations being close, I think there's an opportunity to do that. Faze could reasonably expect the same attack to come on again with one slight change. they've had a good amount of dominance at long, and they've got Rain, you know, ready for a flank as well. So, oh, that flash.
Ooh,
oh,
still gets him.
Oh my God, that flash was perfect, but Kerrigan's spray even better.
I feel like he's like 10 shots into that spray as well. A1S thinks. Rain comes aggressively down long and just makes sure to flex what is now a 2-round lead by the looks of things. An advantage on this CT side of their map pick. Was really scared that we weren't even going to get a fight out of Faze. But they've brought it forth on this second map.
This op has to be careful. I mean, these players are low, but yeah, they don't care there's an op in play.
A beating from G2 yesterday and a strong first map out of Navi has not put Faze to rest just yet. Little timing for Bit. Simple on the approach, killed by the Opper. So the little left in this one, about to fizzle out. Bit can go grab an AWP if he chooses to. You can have that. That's your prize for the save. Faze to 12. Oh,
That's
no, never mind.
Smart move by him. And
Sure.
again, just economic pressure, but the Faze are still building up some money now. There's 3 up. 2-round lead, and all these close attempts from Navi, well, they're starting to get farther away from it. That's a much better looking monster hold that Navi could put up when they played CT. So the tactic fails after the pause. The half buys in.
Rops takes up the mantle from Rain, who extended out just like this last round. Rops definitely saw that second player, but chooses to fight Playground instead. Oof, slides in, now he's stuck. He is stuck in this gunfight with Alexi. Now he has to turn, and Simple doesn't get around fast enough, but there is pressure on both ends, so eventually he does get wrecked. And that's guns over to the T's.
Yeah, 2 for the upgrades, and half armor bought. Simple has no armor in this round.
But the other 2... Oh, Simple still gets the M4. Bit's low. With bomb. Kerrigan has taken responsibility into his own hands by pushing out Monster. Oh, but JL comes out with the instant headshot. The B site is still held by Twist.
They know no one's playing Monster now because Kerrigan just pushed through short tunnel. So unless they think someone's on the right side,
3 guns.
They can go ahead and try to take this. This is sort of the, you know, optimized move for the T side to go for.
We've seen the efforts of Navi in lesser buys like this. Never have they bore fruit.
It's time for Twist. You know, let's see if he has to play backed up. They're worried about a flank through A.
Dude, they're
huge
so
timing.
scared.
They're nervous about everything at the moment. This might just be a free plant. Twist doesn't feel like he can defend this.
Utility usage heard.
Oh, wow.
Bit with the double headshot.
Wow, his clock cleaned.
Oof. All right. Well, let Navi serve up a reminder to the dangers that they possess.
Damn.
Faze may be coming back on this map, but this round's a swift reminder of how close they are to elimination.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And this hasn't been a dominant comeback. It's been a well-played comeback,
Yes.
but close.
A slow, meticulous, well-played, well-fought effort. Contributions from all of Faze.
And we see that one eco victory, and already, you know, Faze have one more sort of by defending their economy, and it gets very scary. What if they get broken at 12? So what can Brokey do? He's got the op saved. They're going to have most guns, I think, coming back.
I don't know, man. It's
But
low.
he's got a cafeteria of CT options. Is anyone investing?
No, I see a CZ from Twists.
Wow, just like that. No, again, that CT economy fragility.
Okay.
That little bit of damage done by Navi every round to chip them down. It really adds up.
You know, a round like that shouldn't break your confidence at home in Faze's ability to kind of control the pace and control this map as they have throughout both halves.
Similar round last time. Brokey was just a deagle, ended up getting a 4K.
Starting off with his trusty op.
I wonder if he feels like he's allowed to take risks, or if he's focusing on saving this op so they don't have to rebuy it, right?
It would definitely be worth hanging on to, but the round he could win, temptation, no doubt.
Yeah.
JL pulls back. All of Navi have pulled back.
That temptation to win early, so real.
Rain presses along the rock. Long players coming. His Deagle off the mark. Simple. Swiftly cuts through him.
The cognizant here. Brokey perusing outside bathrooms.
But nobody facing him.
Yeah.
As far as Navi are concerned.
Going long is pretty brave. And they don't have an op for their attack as well.
Luckily for them, there's not a big old pistol stack inside of the site, so long won't be held onto. There's a threat.
It's also Brokey not back dice, so
yeah,
they're treating this like a clean anti-eco.
JL floats around.
Yeah, he's sort of the anchor to make sure the
Here we go.
con rotation doesn't come.
Twist with the CZ on dice. That op has now been found by Bit. Gets cleared out by Alexi. Bit decides not to push out. Twists with one, but again, it's just nice, slow, and controlled from Navi. Making sure that they don't have what's another upset thrown at them. Faze, nothing. Nothing other than that first kill.
Doing what's obvious can be the best gamble sometimes, and you know, in the textbook of CS, going long in an anti-eco is the right play to make, but when you see the op in play, Brokey's thinking, well, they're not going to come here now because they know this is one situation where I could ruin their day. Well, he plays inside bathrooms. They kill everyone around him first, and a perfect bait from Bit to step forward but not attack, and allow his teammate to take that fight from the A site. This is Rob's working every second of the day.
No, this is hypnotizing. Oh, one kill, that's it. A man and his mouse. The modern gladiator clicks. Simple having a good time with this round again. All made possible.
Emotional roller coaster on Navi is just crazy, bro. If they watch their own game back, like what would they think about like how happy and sad they go? I don't even know.
This one's going to get a little more aggressive. Faze,
the boost?
Fighting for short control. Simple immediately boosted. Ready for that one. On the fallback,
that's
the door
disgusting.
swings.
Oh
Faze
my god.
Finally try to play something a little more aggressive, and the setup is right there to respond.
What is that tactic? The reverse boost inside a con? That's something you do on CT ecos.
Dude, that's the Navi pace. Faze try to get a bit ferocious, met by Navi. They show their teeth, they take a bite out of the short control. And that gut-wrenching thought of a loss starts to creep back into the mind of Faze. Their lead is gone, and Navi about to take a step forward unless a 3v5 is posted. They pulled it off back on Mirage. One of their very few CT round wins. Demanded of them here yet again. We've got one back by truck. Opper and Brokey tries to take a deep peek, and then the commitment comes through with the smoke up in front of him. He's denied his angle. He's given a chance to save, and that's all Faze are given this round. Shots upside the head, and a ticket to exit that might not even be valid.
Yeah.
Simple is here to strike them down, to take the hopes out of Faze for the next one. Brokey's out, which means the op is gone, which means Navi have a golden opportunity queued up.
And Kerrigan will hunt down this frag, but honestly, he'll keep the op, and he's got to fight for it here. We're talking about nothing when he does.
Well respected. But they are not peaking here right now in July of 2023. Twists, falls off the boost. The little that Faze will have to keep Navi off 14. But how do you stop a guy like this? Simple 28 frags. Finding comfort within this new roster, even despite the emotional roller coasters.
Oh, that's a 5v4 with long. I mean, this round's almost wrapped. They're already nearing the site. Brokey once again on the inside of bathrooms, none the wiser. The message received might be a bullet in the back here as they start to just walk in for free. Brokey can't even tell his teammates to rotate, as they'll start to come in, but they'll run in and die.
That's all that awaited them here inside site. Death on their doorstep. T's in their spawn. And Iem deep down in the bank. There will be nothing for Faze to be proud of here in round 26. Navi ever closer to securing that 15th, ever closer to securing what would be a 2-0 to start their day. But it's a long day for either of these teams. There will be 2 best-of-3s played after in order to fight for the Cathedral. Man. High spirits out of Navi now, though.
But I mean, you get to play best of 3 if you win, so.
It's a big day, and it's one that's starting well for Navi. Buyback out of Faze. They had to take these beatings in the last couple of rounds just by nature of the economy. Well, the economy's back on their side, at least for this one. Bottomed out again if they can't win it. This is a big round for Faze. And a wonderful chance for Navi to start the day strong. CTs decide to clam up ever so slightly up on day. It's still majority to the B site. Connector was the demise of their short push.
Oh, those 2 nades.
3 nades.
Oh, perfectly placed. I mean, you know, a couple centimeters and they get the frag, but Rob's on 17, almost out of the round already. Those are new too. I haven't seen them throw that variation before. No better time, I suppose. Here we are, 14-12.
Ooh, good spam. Rain gets some damage back. It's not just Faze on the receiving end. Still Navi floating around in connector. No real map control for Faze. They pulled that 3rd player off the B site.
Yeah, this is a good A push, though. I mean, Faze immediately go into their aggression. Now, there's a lurk from Iem that's going to come out on this round towards long. The op is going to come back and check on this, but they might leave to go towards B. The exec is going to come in.
Twist is going to have to do something here, and will. While blind, catches bit. The monster push about to occur. There is still time to go back because we've got that Iem push in bathrooms, but what they don't know is Rain's already right here to deal with this. And sure enough, the CTs slide into those opportune moments, those perfect positions needed to keep Faze alive, and not just alive, Launders, but in such great shape. 5 up.
Okay.
They don't fall victim to anything.
All right, with a contingency plan to go back to A, but it's Twist inside the B site to stop him. To let this go 1 round further. Now, we have infinite money glitch here for Navi. Everyone's got more than $7,000 left over, so they're buying until the finish line at this point. But Faze, with a very, very solid rifle, they keep things in control. It looks a little bit scary as the fake comes in, but the CT reaggression on the outside of bathrooms, they get the right info, they approach correctly. Rain plays the position to perfection, obviously. Never have to worry about him. And Iem's lurk is null because there's too many kills that go the way of FaZe Clan and too early.
Blind Twist makes a hell of a difference. Iem just not getting info on all those corners outside Bath.
Now this is the moment in the game where you get that sort of Kerrigan crescendo call moment. Now it is CT side, he'll have less control over everything, but we've seen many different ideas come out. There's a lot of patterns to recognize, a lot of data to synthesize.
And Blade trying to get in the middle of it off of attack pause for this. If there's one who can challenge Kerrigan in tactics and strategy, surely it's got to be Blade.
And Alexi too has called some very good T-side rounds. It's the consistency across the maps hasn't been there, but their peaks so far have been really impressive. So there will be a lot demanded of him.
The op rings out. Rops boost simultaneous. Right after the op shoots, Rops goes up, and he will catch JL, who was looking for that AWP instead. Rain locks into the corner on A. Do Navi decide to shift into 6th gear and just attempt a slam into this A site? They're working with Molotovs, but no smokes. And Brokey plays on dice. Rain awaits the peek, And now he's on high alert as that utility starts to trickle towards him. They're pushing out on bathrooms. The long player gets held. Brokey off of his peak, throws one up, and Navi are getting shredded on their approach to this bomb site yet again.
He's aggressive and confident. Here, he's sort of missing CTs as he's walking around A site. Not getting off what he wants inside of the lurks. Opening kill starting to go towards Faze. Tide starting to change. CT's more in control of the map than ever.
Burned by that boost last round. They keep eyes on it.
Incredible that Alexi, JL, Emma have 10, 11, and 13 kills, and they are here with 14 rounds.
Yeah, because you've got Simple and Bit. The remnants of old Navi putting up. But Rain presses out. We've seen him just lean back on long more often than not. Right now, he's in a dangerous position to offer over man advantage. And we're going to get an emphasis from Navi to just work this down long. They're playing pretty quick.
They are, and it's an inside bathroom setup.
Multiple people now, not just Rain.
Brokey and Rain have been able to put together the clues so many times, but
this is a classic for them too.
It is. Now the rotation from the CT player, if this is late, this is where it gets scary. Rops is in heaven right now, readying the flash retake on Monster, but the T's are starting to work towards A already. 30 seconds.
Players running up. Kerrigan, or no, Rops is trying to come join them. Brokey just turned. He just turned. And that betrays Rain, but Brokey looking to pick it up himself. He not only loses Rain, but Rops in the sight. It's 15 on the line, and JL comes through with the difference in the bathrooms. A minute turn of attention from Brokey, and it gets unraveled.
It's the same thing that happened last time. The pressure towards long, he has no choice but to respond to it. No audio cue. He turns his attention, setup dismantled.
And Alexi here to try and end it. The two CTs trying to press out. Kerrigan gets one. Two more demanded of him, Simple included, and that op finds its mark.
Wow.
Navi secure OT.
Oh my God. The play is solid. I mean, they do the same thing again when Brokey's been on the inside of bathrooms, Rain in that setup. They have been smart about it, but if it's long being taken from Navi, they know how to use it against Faze, and they have gotten away with this again. And this is not by happenstance. This is created by Navi to get Brokey to turn, to give him an audio cue.
So many round 30s from Faze thus far in 2023. So many overtime bangers back and forth. We question their consistency, but we do not doubt their resilience. It's just so odd that that G2 game never got competitive. Mirage was just like it, but here on Overpass, we've got to fight. They've got a chance, and they want to go for short again, but JL bests them. It's not dismantled by the connector boost, but the two players in there are still fighting for short, and he's not going to stick around in the open. Rops gets away from what could have been the simple trade and a man advantage to the T side. Minute on the clock, 4v4. Cologne is on the line.
Yeah, he escapes death. Emma. Will he be brave enough to take this peek? Brokey looking to clear him out. Here he is, op shot in. Looking to set up for OT 3v4.
And Navi are still scrambled. They're still spread apart. The bomb's been retrieved and will double back towards Monster. If they all want to go in on one avenue of attack, then it will fall on Rops and Kerrigan here on Monster.
They've survived the flash last time. Denied the trades like Navi couldn't. But this is the only time that really matters.
The utility's so healthy. The T's start to press up. Simple's going to do it silently. Instant duel. Doesn't win the second. JL trades with op. And Brokey sits down beneath the water. Flashes, keeping him out of the mix as the smoke will deny him his vision. But he's hunting, and Rain perfectly timed, but the trade's back from Bit. Simple's newest right-hand man. And Brokey is right here. One shot, one chance to keep Faze in Cologne, and he's got it. They will continue this fight.
Oh my God, the tension on that wrap, and Brokey locks it up. And we go to overtime, and there will be some proving to do. And it's at this point in the game, after the slow start, it definitely feels like in the second half, Faze are the better team. They closed out more good rounds. They look more composed. They have more individuals here to play.
Oh, they will not go down without a fight. Thank God that we get this version of Faze. The unrelenting FaZe clan.
Try to fuck us with. Sasha, you want to try to kill this guy jumping?
Looking for more from this CT side.
And we know if FaZe powered up. If it doesn't happen now for Navi, it might not happen.
If not for those pistols and that upset round and the way it screwed over the FaZe economy, maybe regulation's not even that tight. So the full reset to the money could bode better for FaZe clan on their map pick. But again, each of these rounds have been slow burns out of the gate. There's a certain element of respect to each of these rounds between Navi and FaZe. Simple ready to set up this peak. CTs, 3 of them on the receiving end. Kerrigan, slides back down and just dominates Alexi.
He's one nade away from death, but do they even have one to use on him?
They're trying to get him with the flashes. A couple more bullets would do the job, but to extend out with the end of the pipe smoke like that, Kerrigan may just get away.
Looking like Chris Angel up there.
No way. If it works, it works. They'll go for the boost to try and unravel something ahead of the commitment, which will unfold in the last 30 seconds. Iem sees nothing and has to fall down, but Bit reopens this.
Wait a second, that's the guy to kill. Look how scared they get. They'll start to work back.
And the bomb's still outside B.
Yeah, and we're talking about Kerrigan on 12 HP. He has presence, but not much.
Twist is here to try and hold off with him. They line up and he goes down. Kerrigan, the next victim. That frag from Bit almost unraveled everything. At least Rops gets back in time.
Does the plant come down? Bomb's crossing.
It's
Bomb
on
gets
site
planted.
now.
Rops is mollied.
Simple's in the smoke, and the cover up to heaven's good. Rops was never able to exit. That deep graffiti play, Navi will take the first in OT.
They kill Rain, and he's such an important figure on the map for FaZe. They get scared about that 20-second rotation up to the A site. They drop the ball on this one. It was going to be B the whole time. They come back to check.
Those 2 seconds of self-doubt.
And they got maybe a little insecure about the fact that Kerrigan was on the B side with 12 HP. That mattered, you know?
Yes.
They could still lose, and it's true. And when the attack came in, it was the right call. Navi win.
And Twist.
First round of overtime.
Blind again. Twist blind again. This time doesn't get the shot as he falls.
Terrorists win.
Puts in some damage, but it's not enough. And all of Navi were so ready to just cut through that bomb site.
Honestly, Imma's been completely unactivated, used totally incorrectly this entire half, either by his own fault or the team's. But this role in which he doesn't seem to have enough of his own autonomy to do what he wants, maybe because they don't feel like it works within the system. But the fact is, the only reason I'm highlighting that is because he could do so much more in some more typical role. Instead of lurking, if he was part of the pack on some of these attacks and didn't just get picked off at long by Rain, by Brokey, imagine how much stronger Navi would be already in this game. And the fact is, they're already still in the lead. And there's a chance that all changes with him as well.
Bit sure as hell picking up the slack.
Oh man, this is looking like a very strong call out of Navi. 4 towards Monster. No Monster setup this time around. CT's roaming around though. They have the inside of bathrooms. Very active map from the CT side, but look at this. They explode.
Alexi's through, crossing over. Easy pickup onto Kerrigan. Twist pop by the off. This time it's a slaughter. This time Navi lay waste to the B site. And FaZe's attempt in this series, their attempt in Cologne, suddenly seeming bleak. Boosting Bit above.
I mean, they get completely run over here again. This is the only time we've seen that monster hit come out from Navi with FaZe not there ready to stop it. So they find the time to do it.
A consistency in this defense unraveled. Bit up in heaven will give Rain nothing. And Brokey, this one's gone. This one has slipped. This one is Navi's 17th.
Oh boy. The instant buy up to defend against 3 rounds straight on T side for Navi.
Overtime comes with no guarantees.
No promises at all. They might be happy to be here, but they still have to win. Navi could be frustrated, but they can still win.
Navi with high spirits. what probably feels like a win getting wrapped up. 59 kills between Simple and Bit.
The remnants of Navi.
That part
Ember's
undeniable.
burning strong at the moment, yeah, and it's just their sheer power. And you know what? Listen, no, this is a weak map from multiple players on both teams at the moment. It's not a calling masterclass out of Alexi. It's not a calling masterclass out of Kerrigan. It is a top-heavy, topsy-turvy, bare-knuckle fistfight here on Overpass that they're both going to have regrets about, but the loser more than the winner. And Navi 2 away from eliminating Faze right now.
Iem, this time aggressive. Rain hears all of this. So that's an easy pickup and a fadeaway back into the bathrooms. Again, Iem doing his own thing, and Brokey catches JL. 5v3, a little fight left in Faze. But it's all round by round. Rain denied.
Oh my goodness, that's a clean one. 0 damage on the return at a mid of 14. It's 3v5, but not anymore.
And you've got the two pieces of Navi that have been thriving alive in this one. Simple and Bits.
It's ranged so far out that, you know, no one to get that info back. No damage dealt to Simple.
If they win back at 3 versus 5 to get a clean sweep of the T side on Overpass.
Well, he wasn't the only player that's alone on the map, so still scary here for Faze.
Twist in the corner, has support from Brokey down beneath. That lets Twists go unnoticed, but it also leaves this B site open for the push. It's Bit and Simple, the two pieces that have been shredding you throughout this map to try and close it.
Are they planning for heaven in this position?
Simple goes deep on Graffiti. Kerrigan's got this wall. He's got to be sharp, but the op. A quick little snap.
Not like this.
To kick off what would be a back-breaking round win. A 2 versus 4 inside of the site. Rops comes out from heaven. It falls on Bit. And Simple watches on from the sidelines. Headshot missed. Fall down to the water. He holds on for the kill to Rops. Doubles down on Brokey. Flash up high and Twists will capitalize. Not today, Navi. Woo. Not this time.
All right, have a breather. My God, that's the first half of OT finished. Navi go up 2-1, nearly 3-0 in the 2v4. And again, the Ukrainian superstar duo nearly destroyed Faze here post-regulation in the first 3. The buy-ups will come in again, but Navi, they've got CT side to look forward to. They were cleaning house in the first half. They slowed down towards the end, but even those rounds were close. This is very scary for Faze, but this is a full economy Faze, not rusty, not slowed down.
Yep.
This is Kerrigan's chance. T-side, he can control the map. He can control the comms.
Prove it. Bring them back from the depths of a disastrous 48 hours. 3 maps that embarrassed Faze into a nail-biting 4th today. Emet goes into playground, but can't finish his frag, and Brokey comes out to save Rain. Those two tether nicely, and Simple stays posted, revealing his position and giving Brokey a little ammo to go for the hunt. Rain almost peeks over that. And while they get aggressive down towards B, Rops cleans up with 1. Simple hasn't given them everything for free. He still floats around in the half bath.
They know he's going to take some kind of risk, but what risk is it? 36 kill Simple here on the inside of bathrooms. Alexi with the rifle support in the background. Brokey, man, he has had a bounce back. Now positive, 22 and 21. And there's that risk.
Yep. Kerrigan crossing in the no man's land. Now everything falls onto Long. No avenue of entry elsewhere.
Well, they think it's B now. He was walking back towards stairs. Simple is alone.
He'll turn though, and he'll have an angle on this cross. The T's smoke it off, giving themselves a route to round the dice box. And that next point of contact's inbound. Simple just sees a sliver. Brokey gives the cover. Brokey looks for Plant and Rain. Well, he exploits the side of that smoke the same way Simple does. Pushes this to JL, looking to come in big. 1 player confirmed on dice, but with 14 HP, you'd think his time is limited. His attempt is desperate.
And he came in fast. Does he think it's bank? He would have to go for a hard clear, a hard read on both players.
He has an inclination, but he also has no safe route into that bomb, so Faze will tie us up at 17 all.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't think Kerrigan intends to die walking towards Con, but that is what pulled Alexi out of the site on A and put all the pressure on Simple, and no one else fragged. They set up Emma for his aggressive play, but he couldn't nail that shot. And again, I'm just feeling the low confidence right now out of him on these aggressive noobs. You would think they need him to be able to pull this one out. One round for either team to guarantee double overtime.
Nice bounce. Kerrigan goes bowling for damage and softens up the B site. Bit though, oh! That's just straight up monster spam. Oh my.
Yeah, that's a big tell in the default. Won't overreact to it, but yeah, they start to just walk out to short control with no nades.
Hell of a round to grab that for free. Incendiary right ahead of Twists.
Yeah, the perfect counter. They're trying to approach. I think this becomes obvious to Navi now. How can Faze trick him back? They're worried about long.
But Navi aren't too concerned with short. They've got eyes on Monster, eyes in Connector. This will just do nothing but feed confidence into the Navi A-site setup. And if Faze think that they haven't been read yet, oh, are they wrong? Brokey looking for an entry down long. Ime is just going to stay stuffed right along the sign. Don't move a muscle.
The smoke's there.
Pressure's coming through. They know exactly what's inbound. And it's going to take some sharp shooting from the T side, but Bit falls back. Simple, missed shot. Spam damage comes through to put him down to a quarter. It's a fast Connector flank from 2. Eyes on from the T's. Bomb plants are dead right after the bomb gets get. And JL with 2 pushes Brokey into such a desperate spot. He will hit the first one. Simple's low, but Simple. Pressure's on. The repeat Cologne trophy hoist on the line for Faze. And it feels like at this point in this state, God, they just want to get into the cathedral. A new Navi project. Struggling out of the gate here in Cologne. Losing a series to Mouse. Losing a series, or at least the map to OG.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
But when push comes to shove versus Faze, they deliver. That nade is immense. We've seen him throw it a couple times, but this time it does get Robs.
Oh my god. Oh my god, through the wall!
No way!
Through the middle of a plain wall.
They're just going to try to get aggressive. How do you stop that? How do you come back from a shot like that at a Simple? Brokey off the short side. Kerrigan comes in from Monster. And sure enough, they've got the opening, but Simple's on the post. Simple's on the cross. Molly to his feet. Pressure goes both ways, and bomb goes down.
Emma on the silent full flank from the top of bathroom.
Come on.
Will he get cleared or will he win his duel? He does.
He's been so quiet, so irrelevant in this second map, and now Brokey pinched between 2 spots, and one of them is Simple. He met on Monster, jumps around, and Brokey goes back to die, to fall, to fail in Cologne.